In the recently passed budget, finance budget 2026 in the parliament, amongst all the furor that was there, a very small, insignificant little detail which has huge implications on the morale of the armed forces, on the elan of the armed forces, have passed unnoticed. What is that? You know, when soldiers get wounded in war, then there are two things that can happen to them. One, if the wounds are so severe, so bad that they cannot continue to serve any more effectively, they are boarded out of service and given full disability pension, 100%, or depending upon the nature of the wounds, disability pension, and these pensions are exempt from income tax. There is another category. When the medical board takes place, they find that yes, you've lost a leg, you've blown a leg, but you've gotten a plastic leg. The army has fitted a plastic leg onto you, right, and plastic limbs onto you, and you can continue to serve, because we would like to keep such war veterans with us, those who have fought battles, those whose combat experience is of great value to the service, to the nation still. And what we now find is that those who are retained in service, in their pensions, their income tax exemption has been taken away. Oh, we kept you, we didn't kick you out, We were kind, so don't expect to be exempt from income tax. You bloody well will pay income tax. So what if you lost your leg? So what if you lost your arm? So what if you lost your eye? So what if you took a burst of bullets in your belly? May I just remind you of some of the people who had suffered these war wounds and they continued to serve. This includes the redoubtable Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw, right? Military Cross, who fought in Burma, who took a burst full of bullets in his belly, but he survived. He survived. And the armed forces decided that such a brave soldier should not be thrown to the wolves. And he continued to serve. He rose to be not just the chief of the army staff, India's first field marshal, who broke Pakistan in two, under whose leadership the army, the armed forces broke Pakistan in two. He was the chairman, chiefs of staff then. We have another army chief, General Tepi Raina, who had lost his eye. He completed his service with a glass eye. But then he was fit. His arms, legs, body, they were functional. So the medical board said, you can continue to serve. You want to punish such people? You want to impose income tax? You will gain a hell of a lot of money. You will grow rich. Let me tell you some more, redoubtable names. Lieutenant General Yogi Sharma, Army Commander, former Army Commander, Central Command. Lieutenant General Pankaj Joshi, once again Army Commander, Central Command. Redoubtable soldiers, known for their strategic genius thinking, power to think, power to plan, who continued to serve. General Yogi Sharma had his whole leg below the knee blown off, right? He was given a plastic leg. He had that determination to go on, struggle. I have seen him. He was Deputy Commandant of the Indian Military Academy, and he used to practice at night marching with his leg gone. I've seen him climbing mountains. I've seen him do all those things. He went on to rose to be an army commander, one of the finest generals, finest brains of the Indian army. He was allowed to serve by the medical board, and he went on to reach such stellar heights. Pankaj Joshi had his foot blown off on a mine, and with a artificial foot, he was asked to do the BPT, and he did. He wanted to prove, look, I still have got what it takes. Give me a chance, man. I will still, serve the country. I still want to serve the army, my regiment, my battalion, etc. These people showed matchless determination. I'll give you another name. Lieutenant General Oberoi, once again Army Commander of Central Command, right? And he'd also lost his leg. How did these people lose their legs and limbs, man? Fighting for you and me. Huh? Now when you sort of try and penalize them by retroactively now imposing, income tax on their pension, what is the message you are sending? Look, you are an idiot if you show bravery in combat, in fighting the enemies of this country. If you get wounded, what use are you of us? You've lost your leg. Now we don't need you. We'll get people with both the legs. You'll also send a bloody message. Don't show courage in combat. To preserve yourself, save yourself, keep hiding, keep taking cover. Idiot, if you get wounded, you are of no use to us. Huh? It is amazing. I haven't heard of a greater inanity. For God's sake, don't do it. There are some heartless babus who are trying to pinch pennies in our defense budgets. Pinch pennies. This is the third largest economy. Will get bankrupt if it doesn't get the income tax from the people who lost their legs, arms, limbs, who fought for you, man. You imagine what it is to go around limping on a plastic leg? He did it for you, man. And what are you doing? What is the courtesy that you are showing him? What is the honor that you are giving him? We'll charge you income tax, blighter. You saved your income tax, huh? We'll take it away from you. We'll make you pay. Make you pay for losing your leg, for getting a burst of bullets in the eye, for losing an eye on the battlefield. You want to discriminate? You should have gotten out of the way. Who needs wounded people in the army? We need them for their combat experience, for their bravery, for their courage, so that the wrong message doesn't spread to the rank and file. Huh? That you get shot up, you are to blame. You are an idiot for fighting for your country, for choosing to take risks for your country, for showing courage. That's not the message that the armed forces want to send to their rank and file. Stand up and fight. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a Samuel Huntington, the greatest expert on civil-military relations, talks of a soldier-society covenant. Right? And as per this covenant, society tells the soldier, look, we need you to fight and defend this country. So go ahead and fight. Don't look over your shoulder, boy. If you get killed, we'll take care of your family. If you get shot up and wounded, you lose your limbs, eyes, get shot up in your belly, we will take care of you. We will not treat you like used toilet paper. We will give you the respect due to a war veteran, a soldier who has shown courage in combat, led from the front. You will not be penalized. You will be honored. And you retained such people, and they rose up to be field marshals, 2 army chiefs, 3 army commanders out of this battle casualty figure. But just because we haven't fought a major war, you just fought Op Sindoor, man. But since there were no major clash of armies and we didn't have scores of battle casualties, you've now gone on to an attitude of penny pinching? It is, I'm sorry, I don't think, Madam Nirmala Sita Raman, she's been our defense minister, she's been our finance minister, and I appeal to her, look, this may have passed your notice, but it sends a very wrong message to the rank and file of the armed forces. It sends a very wrong message to the country, to the youth who want to join the armed forces. If I get wounded, I get shot up, my fault. I'll be of very little use to the armed forces then, and the government will throw me out. I'm sure we've not reached such depths. These are small little gestures. How many war wounded people do you think are still surviving? 62, all are dead. 65, 71 wars, Kargil war, maybe about 2000. So you have imposed income tax on them. May you get rich, damn you. You will become the third largest economy faster. How insensitive can the bureaucrats be? I'm sure this has somehow passed notice of the powers that be. I would request them to take a look at this provision. Once again, let me reiterate, there are two categories of war wounded. One that are boarded out of service, sent out, you are of no use to us, but we'll give you full pension and disability pension, and we won't charge you income tax. There is a second category, war wounded, but who are retained in service because it is felt they are still of use. It is felt that we don't want to send a message, you get wounded, we'll kick you out. Kick you out for what? For fighting for your country, for showing courage on the battlefield, for leading from the front, from getting your legs blasted, your feet blasted, and at the end of it to be told, sorry, you are not of much use to us. We'll get you fresh young recruits from the civvy street, who are hale and hearty in one piece. He lost pieces of his body because he fought for you. Take care of him, man. That is your national duty. Please, for God's sake, let's not start getting so insensitive in pinching pennies. And can we pinch pennies only for defense? I mean, for God's sake, you've got such threats, such challenges facing you. I'm sure this country's economy, we are the fourth largest economy, heading to be the third. And I'm sure we don't need the income tax of our war wounded to, grow rich. Pathetic, insensitive, thoughtless. And the Babus do it. I'm very sorry. And I think this needs to be corrected. I'm sure it will be.